Are you ready to take your organization to the next level and become a game changer in your industry? Then look no further. Welcome to Yeukai Business Show, where we bring you the world's top business thought leaders to share their secrets to success, from leadership development to finance, marketing, self-development, human resource management, and much, much more. Our guests reveal the strategies, tactics, and mindsets that have made them so successful. So let's dive in and learn from the best in the business. Hello, and welcome to another great episode. And thank you so much for joining me. I know there's a lot of activities happening in our community right now for you to spare another time to be here with me. So I truly appreciate that. And I'm excited about today because today we're going to be talking about the step-by-step roadmap. How would you like to know what is coming? What is the roadmap ahead? You know, some of the things that we struggle with as entrepreneurs, there is no need for us to struggle with that if we just know somebody who's been there, who's done that, who has come up with a solution. And the reason we bring amazing guests like our guest here today is we want to help you avoid those pitfalls that many entrepreneurs are going through, because you're going to find out exactly what you need to do now so that you don't fall in the traps. So get excited. And, if you have your journal out, I'll be excited for you because you're going to dignify your discoveries today. Now, before we bring our guests here to talk about the step-by-step roadmap ahead, I want to encourage you on two things. One, if you are not yet a member of our community, you want to do that right now because you are missing out a great deal, because we've got great conversation happening in there. A lot of people are being helped as we speak today. And number two, if you are still looking to get started with your podcast, we've got great training we put together. If you want to know how to scale your podcast or even to monetize your podcast, we've got that covered as well. And also, if you want to know anything about leadership, our good friend Trevor Stockwell, my business partner, is in the community helping people right there. And you can just inquire about his leadership programs and you will be great. You'll be in great hands in there as well. Well, enough of that. So grateful that our guest is here with us. There you have it. Now, for those who haven't come across your work today and are curious what this is all about, could you tell us a little bit about yourself in terms of your background, your education, and experience in this area? Maybe you can cover some of your formal education there, and maybe you could talk about some of the clients you've helped, the results you've gotten for them, that is the experience, and of course, talk about your success journey. Has it been overnight? Or have you worked very hard for it?
Hey, Yeukai. It's good to be on your show. You have incredible energy. In brief about myself, originally from Ukraine, I am now based on the west coast of the United States. I have dedicated over 10 years of my life to marketing communications. I am truly passionate about it. I love creating powerful communication strategies to help brands grow. I'd say my biggest areas of expertise are public relations, strategic communications, and influencer marketing. As long as I remember myself, I've always been a bookworm. From the very young age, I enjoyed reading and writing, and I was fascinated by how creative ideas can transform into impactful ads. I loved ads. I loved watching Candace Lyons awards at it, when I was 12 years old or something like that. And I knew I wanted to pursue a career in marketing. So when I was 19, I got my first marketing internship. Since then, it's been pretty much on the job learning. I think to succeed in marketing, you need to have a lot of common sense and you need to learn from the best, which I started to do at quite an early age. When I just started my career, my dream was to become a CMO by the age of 30. At that time, I could not imagine that I would actually start my own marketing agency. I now work with a number of clients, mostly in the software space, and I help them grow their businesses with content marketing and influencer relations. I love your question about success. I think success is so hard to define. I'm happy with where I am in my life right now. I love what I do. I love to see that my clients appreciate my work and see value in it. I've been working really hard for over 10 years to get to where I am right now, and I don't plan to stop. So, definitely not an overnight success.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you. Now, when it comes to these steps, in your opinion, based on what you've experienced and the help you've given to other business owners, what is the very first steps that people like me, business owners, entrepreneurs, need to take in this area to speed the whole process of getting to the goal and without losing their mind, without a lot of stress or even losing family time? What is that very first step that we need to take? Maybe explore why this step is important. And the best way to take these steps, maybe it could be very helpful to do that. And maybe finally, are there any tools around this area that make the whole taking of the steps much, much easier? And if people are stuck, what is it that they can do to get unstuck?
Now, because I'm an expert in developing and growing influencer programs for brands, let's talk about how influencer marketing can help you grow your business. By establishing connections with reputable influencers in your niche, you're getting trusted advocates for your brand. Brands in the B2C and B2B spaces see huge success from influencer programs. When people hear the word influencer, they often think of the lifestyle channels on Instagram with picture perfect vacation photos. But the term influencer is very broad. My agency has worked with several cybersecurity companies. In this case, we had to find cybersecurity experts who would be open to partnering with these brands. Now, don't feel overwhelmed. You don't need to start big. The first step here is to do your research and understand who can be a good fit to use and recommend your brand. Marketers usually look at standard metrics when evaluating influencer profiles. For example, content relevancy, reach, engagement, and audience breakdown. You need to go deeper than that. Look into the influencer's background. See how well they are connected in their niche. Do they have a loyal community? Also, check if they've worked with other brands before. When you see that a certain influencer has a long term, strong partnership with another brand, that's a good sign that this brand sees value in partnering with this influencer. On the other hand, if an influencer has a bunch of one off brand partnerships, it probably means that these campaigns did not generate much traction and the brands did not extend these partnerships.
Awesome. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. We covered, let me speak to Bill for a moment. Bill, what you've just had there really simplified approach. If you can just pick that one up and apply it today, truly, I believe that it could change your game. So let's go straight and talk about the second step that business owners need to do. Again, the same format, really go deep into it so that people will understand what needs to happen. And the tools, maybe the website or the apps that can make this step easier, and how long it takes to take this particular step. I think if we understand these things, we will be able to comfortably take the right step. And for those in the audience that may find this difficult or very stuck, what is it that they can actually do today to get themselves out of this entanglement and begin to move confidently and in the right direction of where they want to go.
As you define your target influencers, it's time to get to the outreach. You need to have a clear offer in mind. Most importantly, focus on the influencer and not on what you want and need from them. You need to show them the value of partnering with your brand. You can provide them with free access to your product, invite them to your brand event, and offer them an affiliate commission from the sales that they generate for you. There's a whole lot of tools out there that can help you manage your influencer campaign. There are tools like Mention for social media monitoring, which can help you identify conversations around your brand and area of expertise. There are platforms that can help you scale up your influencer search and automate the outreach. However, if you are just getting started, I recommend to not invest in tools just yet. At a small scale, influencer marketing is very manageable. All you need is some online search to identify the people who lead the conversation in your industry.
Outstanding. I have to confess, I'm finding this whole conversation rejuvenating, and I'm so grateful for you to share these wonderful thoughts. Let's move on to perhaps our last step, our third step in this conversation. I know we will be able to explore more in the community, but what is the third step that business owner need to take in this area, and what's the best way for them to take this step, and how to do it really? How do you actually go about doing that? If we can go a bit much into detail of doing that, that'll be amazing. Also cover some of the tools, if there's any tools out there that are helping people, and what are some of the secrets that may help individuals like me and business owners like Bill and Mary in the community be able to take this step confidently and begin to move straight forward to their goals.
The last step of any marketing campaign is measurement. As you launch your first influencer partnership, you need to define the way to track your campaign performance. The industry best practice is to provide your influencers with unique tracking URLs and coupon codes for their audience. This way, you can directly attribute your web traffic and sales to a particular influencer. One important details I'd like brand owners to understand about influencer marketing is that you need to have some patience. We love to say that you need to let your campaign mature. I'll give you an example. So, with one of the influencers we've worked with, we created a YouTube video that went live. And in the first months since it's gone live, we almost didn't see any traction. So we were like, oh, okay, that didn't work well. This was kind of like a failure. And then after almost a month since the video went live, all of a sudden we're starting to see a bunch of new orders through the influencers tracking link almost on a daily basis. So this is the magic of influencer marketing, that the content that influencers create around your product basically stays online forever. And even like after 6 months or 12 months after your campaign, you can see results. You can see traffic coming into your website.
Wow. I could go on for another good hour here wanting to learn this, because I'm finding this very useful, and I will be listening to this over and over and over again, because the information we are getting here, Bill, is one that is truly poised to change what is happening in our world in this area. But before we conclude here, are there any other juicy tips, tricks, and secrets at this point in this area that you hope and want everybody to know about? And again, go in as deep as you would want, because I'm finding the whole conversation, the way you are structuring it, very, very user friendly and very easy to follow. And for that, I'm very grateful. So again, are there any juicy tips, tricks, and secrets at this point that you want our business owners to know?
Sure. I think an important topic to cover is pricing. When it comes to influencer campaigns, there's no secret that most of the influencers would require monetary compensation for their time and effort these days. So, the negotiation of the influencer rate, it's like a whole wild jungle out there. From my experience, every influencer charges whatever the heck they want to charge. So when first start doing influencer marketing, you might get intimidated by some of the rates that you might receive from the influencers. Here's the thing. It's okay to negotiate in this space. You need to have a very clear pricing structure in mind. And let me give you an example. Let's talk about YouTube. So, on this platform, when we run influencer campaigns for our clients, we usually operate with CPM as our defining metric. CPM stands for cost per thousand views. So, for example, let's say I'm launching a campaign for a brand that targets US based audience, right? So, I need to find some channels that would have audience viewership mostly from the United States. And, I know that my benchmark CPM for this target market is from 30 to 50 US dollars. So when an influencer with an average amount of views, let's say, 100,000 views per video, gives me a rate, let's say like $3,000 for one sponsored video, this totally makes sense. However, when an influencer with an average of like 100,000 views would give me a rate of, I don't know, 15,000 US dollars, in this case, I look at my CPM, I look at the average views that the influencer has, and I realize that, oh, wait a minute, this rate just does not make sense. So, what you do in this case, you are being very transparent with the influencer and you're telling them, hey, we are operating with this metric. This is our budget. That's what we think we can, offer you as a compensation for these deliverables. And of course, try to be open and honest and friendly, and emphasize the importance of how much you want to work with this influencer, how much you value their expertise. Of course, be flexible, maybe offer some extra value to them, maybe negotiate some additional deliverables and do like a, we call it bundle deal, where, they can do like one video on YouTube and then some extra posts on their other social platforms, et cetera, et cetera. So, of course, you got to be flexible, but you need to have this price and structure in mind to negotiate your influencer deals very clearly and very transparently.
Beautifully said. You know what? When it comes to these things, I've discovered that mindset do play a major role in getting people over the mark. And in your opinion, as an expert and having helped hundreds of people, what is the perfect mindset, or what is the right mindset that we business owners needs to have or should have in order to guarantee, to a certain degree, success for this? And maybe stated differently, what is the right mindset to help us thrive in this area?
When it comes to public relations and influencer marketing, you need to be prepared to be patient. It's funny. Sometimes I have prospective clients who are reaching out to me and they're asking me, to help them launch their influencer campaign. And they would be like, oh, we want to like get started next week and we want to like see the results in 2 weeks. But that's not how it works. First of all, you need to do the research, and to do the quality research, you need to put some time into this. You need to understand, what are those impactful influencers in your industry? What platforms should you go after? Maybe your influencers are on podcasts, maybe they're on TikTok. So you just need to like sit down and do a lot of thinking and research. Next, you need to give the influencers some time to actually test your product or service. In all honesty, from my experience, you need to make sure that your influencers actually get familiar with your product in order to genuinely recommend it to their audience. And then, of course, give them some time to work on the content. Also, be prepared to be involved in the content creation and review process, right? They might get to you with some additional questions. So be ready to dedicate some time to actually communicate with the influencers. Building these relationships takes time. So, to answer your question about what is the right mindset to approach influencer marketing, you have to be patient.
Awesome. This truly has been great. Is there anything I haven't asked you about getting started in this area that you wish, when you got started, that those who are ahead of you had shared with you?
One of the things that I am only now starting to grasp is um, the study of social psychology and the way it impacts marketing and sales. In simple words, social psychology is a science that studies human behavior, like why do we act a certain way and what drives us towards a certain action. And I am very, very curious to learn more about, how the principles of behavioral science and social psychology are applicable to marketing and sales. So I would say if you are just starting your marketing journey, or maybe you're an experienced marketer, but you want to, keep growing and developing in your industry, check out some social psychology literature. I can't recommend it enough. It's something that, I wish I started to study earlier, but I am glad that I discovered it now. And that's honestly how I spend my weekends now, just like doing social psychology courses.
Outstanding. Truly outstanding. Thank you so much for a great conversation, great interview. This has been very insightful, very informative, and really quite engaging. And thank you. And I never want to finish a great conversation like this without giving you an opportunity to share with our audience how you can be in touch with them, or how they can be in touch with you. For I know for a fact that there are many people wants to carry on learning from you, or even get into partnership with you based on our conversation here today. So could you tell us a little bit about your website or your social media handles so that we can connect with you?
Sure, I do have a website. It's Mischka.agency. But in all honesty, the best way to get in touch with me would be just through my LinkedIn. I am very active on the platform. Just find Yuliya Gorenko on LinkedIn, and I would love to connect with you.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This has been quite informative conversation, quite engaging, inspiring, and all that is in between. So we are so grateful for our time that we've had together. Now, if you're not yet a member of our community, can I ask you to join that? Because we are going to carry on these conversations in there. So if you have a follow up question, you may want to ask it in there. Our guests will be able to answer you there over the next few weeks, months, or even years to come. And you also have access to our great community who will be able to help you with the subject that we've been talking about today. So click the link below if you are not yet a member. If you are already a member, go back and reignite your passion rather, and start the conversation again. Look, we created this to ensure that nobody is left behind. And I know when you are part of the community, you are not going to be left behind. So, well, thank you so much for great share, great information, and truly appreciate you very, very much for being so generous with your knowledge. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, live well, live with passion, know that the best is truly, truly yet to come. Bye-bye for now. Thank you for tuning in to Yeukai Business Show. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode and have gained valuable insights and inspiration from our amazing guest. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review to help us spread the word. Also, be sure to check out our Leadership Ultimate Success Mastermind program, which is designed to help you and leaders in our community to do great things and support each other along their leadership journey. Until next time, live well, live with passion, know that the best is truly yet to come.